Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. In this episode, I'm going to tell you about the top sites to see in the central Siem Reap area. So this is the first episode of the series where I'm just going to highlight all the things you can see around Siem Reap besides Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat is going to be a separate episode. I did a walkthrough of several temples and a few other episodes about it, but this episode in this series is dedicated to all of the sites in Siem Reap besides Angkor Wat. And I'm actually at one of the sites right now that I recommend you visit if you're in Siem Reap and you just want to hang around the central area. Temples are something you can do on any day, really. It's free to do. You just walk around. It's a very relaxing atmosphere at all these places. So there's 3 temples within walking distance in the central Siem Reap area. I'm at Wat Damnak. Not too many people around today. They've got a lot of nice pagodas and inspirational Buddhist quotes here alongside this temple, the main temple here. I'll show you a few. I actually did a walkthrough of this temple, so I'll put a link in the description for that. It looks like most of the quotes are in Khmer text, or Cambodian. That was the only English one I saw on this side. But yeah, it's very relaxing atmosphere here. This is the first one that you can check out. It's on the east side of the river. And the next one is Wat Bo, which is a little bit further north and still on the east side of the river. Both are really relaxing. And just check out the temples, and they've got like pagodas on the grounds, Buddhist figures. Wat Bo's got a lot of nice trees. I think they've got some chanting going on right now, and if you guys can hear in the background. Another thing you can do at these temples is just have a chat with the monks. I think they might just offer some, life advice and things like that. I've never done it myself, but I just noticed back there was someone talking to one of the monks there. So that's another thing you can do at the temples. Just walk around, talk to the monks, check out the scenery. The other Wat, just north of here, Wat Bo, is very secluded. When I went there wasn't anyone else there really, just a few monks walking around. And I did notice like some dogs and cats just kind of roaming around the grounds. I noticed a couple dogs were fighting each other. So I just sat down on the bench and they were, having a little dog dispute, I guess. Whenever you come to these temples, you'll notice so many animals roaming around and just some random stray dogs. Maybe they're one of the monks' dogs, or I don't know. I think they're mostly strays around these temples. Speaking of cats, I found one just in front of me here. I'll see if I can get a shot of him. He was a little bit camera shy. Alright, let's talk about the other temple. It's on the west side of the river, closer to Pub Street. and it's a little bit more popular because it's closer to all the other restaurants and cafes in the area. And the name of that temple is Preah Prom Rath. I had to look at the spelling there just to double check. You can just walk around. It's maybe not as big as these other temples, as the other two that I talked about, but they've got a lot of cool Buddhist statues and a few other things, though you have to be careful because I noticed some dogs fighting there. There was like a pack of dogs, like maybe 10 or more dogs, and they were not very friendly to each other. They're pretty much harmless, I think, to people, but the two packs of dogs were having a little dispute. And when you go to that temple, you might want to donate some money. It's free to go, but I think they always appreciate some donation. Also, be careful of the tuk-tuk drivers outside. They're always like requesting a ride. They seem to hang out outside that temple. They boosted up the audio on that chanting there. I'll walk back this way. I think here at this temple there's a school on this side. Okay, let's exit this temple area and I'll show you guys the next thing that you can see and do in central Siem Reap. It's right next door, or one of them at least is next door. I'll show you in a few seconds. I just entered the back entrance of the Riverside Night Market. They've got a lot of art on display here, a lot of people working on paintings. There aren't many people here during the day. So if you just want to hang around central Siem Reap, just go to all the night markets. There's lots of things you can pick up if you want to get a souvenir, or some t-shirts, some clothing. They've got a lot of other things. I find right now during the day, no one really requests to sell you anything, but at night, if you walk through here or any of the other night markets, they're quite persistent trying to sell you something. Negotiating prices is not my strong point, but you probably have to do a lot of that if you come to these night markets. It's hard to know what a fair price is. I would shop around, like look for a similar item in one place and then get an idea of how much it costs, and then maybe go to another shop and see if you can get a good deal on it. As you can see, this place has a lot of art and paintings. I think that the shop owners do it themselves. They're not replicas, as far as I know. It's all original work. This Riverside Night Market is probably my favorite one. If I were to come here at night, I would probably have shop owners asking me to buy something at every stall that I walk past. But now's a good time to come, I think, if you just kind of want to leisurely walk around and find something. just walking around in circles here. I have a lot of other footage of this place and the other markets if you want to have a look. Just like the temples, I did walkthroughs of all of them at another time. But I'll throw up some footage now and give you sort of a sample of what to expect if you want to watch those other videos. So this market is called the Riverside Night Market. I'll throw the map link up so you can see anyway. If you want to go to another night market, there's one next to Pub Street. It's called the Old Market. Similar thing, they have a lot of the same items. I find the shop sellers there are even a little more aggressive. The Old Market has some produce too in the middle, so you can pick up some fruit, vegetables, plus there's loads of restaurants around there because it's right around Pub Street. Basically you walk along the street and people are selling things. Oh, here's another cat. That reminds me of a cat that I saw in Chiang Mai when I was visiting a temple. It was just following me around, and I was trying to do a video and it kept walking in front of me. I was trying not to trip over it. If you guys like Chiang Mai or you're interested, I have a lot of content on that. Just check out the other videos on the channel if you're interested. Okay, so back to the night markets. The third one you guys can check out is called the Phalla Angkor Night Market. Oh, here's the cat again. As I was saying, the third night market is called the Phalla Angkor Night Market, and it's a little bit further west, just west of Pub Street. Unfortunately, there aren't many people at that one anymore. It looked quite deserted last time I was there. I think after the pandemic, a lot of the shop owners in that area lost a lot of business, unfortunately. So there aren't as many shops on that side. It's still worth checking out though. There's a lot of art, and there's actually one place there that has a lot of cool art. The guy does these huge paintings and also does those leather embroidered pieces too. It takes a long time to create those things. I was talking to the owner and he said it took like sometimes a month to work on one of the larger paintings. But yeah, I think it's worth going in there. If you guys want to order some art, and they can wrap it up for you or even ship it to your home address. I think the Phalla Angkor Night Market is good for that sort of thing. And the street next to it has a lot of little shops too. Here's the cat again. It's a very curious cat. Sounds like there's another one over here too. Oh, it's behind the door. Sounds like somebody wants out of the night market. Okay, let's go on to the next topic, guys. So definitely check out those 3 night markets I talked about. And I'll see you in a few seconds and talk about the next place that you have to see in central Siem Reap. No, this alley is not a destination that I recommend, but it's a quiet place where I can talk about Pub Street. I can define Pub Street with 3 words: sell, sell, and sell. Everywhere you go on Pub Street, restaurant owners are trying to sell you a meal, massage shops trying to sell you a massage, tuk-tuks trying to sell you a ride or a tour, or other things. If you hang around, walk by them long enough, they'll offer you some other things that I can't mention on this video. Despite all the salespeople trying to sell you things, it's not all bad. Like, it is worth checking out. It's not my favorite place to go in Siem Reap, as you could tell, but it is a good place to have a drink. Like, the beers are really cheap. You can get draft beer and things on tap for maybe 50 cents to $1. So that's really reasonable. The food, though, I find is more expensive than other places in Siem Reap. Like, if you want to just get really tasty food for an affordable price, just have the street food. The restaurants around Pub Street are a little more expensive. I find you're paying like Western prices for a lot of the food there. So if you guys are looking to save some money, just go have street food for like $1 to $2. Sometimes $3 maximum. But Pub Street's prices are like minimum $6 probably for a lot of things. Yeah, as I was saying, if you guys don't have a budget and money isn't really a problem for you, just go to Pub Street and have all the food you want. Though if you want to save some money, have the street food. And some other places that I would like to recommend. I actually made an episode about restaurants that are around Pub Street but not expensive. So check out that video. I'll leave the link in the description for you. And also I did one on cafes. If you like coffee, I have an episode dedicated to cafes in Siem Reap. Oh, and one more thing about Pub Street. I recommend going to one of the bars on the corner. Just go to the main center area there, and they have bars serving draft beer. You can go upstairs, have a really good view, and just have some cheap draft beer. That's what I've done a few times. It's just kind of a good place to relax, and if you're here with a group of people, just grab a table and then have some cheap beers up there. And yeah, so that's Pub Street. Next one on the list is coming up right now. The next place you guys have to check out is Artisans Angkor. I'm just at the entranceway right here. It closes at 5 p.m. They have lots of Cambodian fine art and crafts made on site. So if you come in here, they'll give you a tour of the whole area, and you can see how everyone makes the items. So come here if you guys want to pick up a lot of Cambodian arts and crafts. It's all handmade. And if you want to get a tour, just go to the back here, and one of the guides will walk you through all the different shops, all the different places where they're working on things. So they have people doing some stonework. There's some women working on the looms, making some silk scarves and other silk clothing. It's really interesting going through there and just seeing how they do everything. This was probably one of my favorite places to see in central Siem Reap. It's free to enter here, but what you can do is get one of the guides to walk you through and just give him a little bit of a tip. I should say a little money goes a long way here for people, so just come in here and they'll come and greet you, and one of the guides will just walk you through and talk about the process that they go through here when they're making all the crafts. I did a walkthrough of this place in another video, so I'll leave a link in the description for that one too if you want to see in more detail how they do everything here. And there's also a gift shop over here at the end. The items are a little bit pricey, but it's still worth going through. There might be something there you want to pick up for someone or for yourself. This place is definitely one of the highlights of central Siem Reap, so it should be on your must-see list. Come check it out. I'm going to take you guys to the next place now and talk about it a little more. They're blasting music over there, so I'm going to talk about the last destination while I walk down this street here. The last place you guys got to check out is the Made in Cambodia Market. They've got a lot of arts and crafts by local artists. So you're not going to find any fake Chinese knockoffs there. Everything made in that market is made by the artists themselves. So they probably just rent out those stalls and sell all their goods there. It closes at 8 p.m. so you got a lot of time. If you're a late riser like me, it's a really good market to check out. Pick up some souvenirs, some things for your friends, for your family. I got a drink. I had a coffee at the cafe there next door. I don't normally get iced coffee, but it's so hot today. Another great thing about that market is they take credit cards at most of the stalls. So if you like using your Visa or your MasterCard or whichever card you're taking with you on your trip, most of those shop owners will accept your card. And I did a walkthrough of that market before, so that's the footage I've been showing you guys. If you want to see the full tour, the full walkthrough of that market, again, I'll leave a link in the description. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. Go check out all those sites if you're in central Siem Reap. In the next episode, I'm going to talk about my favorite places to visit north of the central area. So that should be interesting. I've got a number of sites that I visited, and all of them were very unique and had their own qualities to them. So stay tuned, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.